Let's play / platinum walkthrough for Dark Cloud 1. We're going to go ahead and turn this down just a tiny bit because that's a little loud. There we go. Alright, I'm just going to go ahead and talk through a little bit of this intro scene here. This doesn't really matter much, it's just kind of here, window dressing. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing a full Let's Play, meaning we're going to cover the game all the way up through the final boss, and we'll probably show a little bit of the little bonus you get at the end for finishing off this wonderful purple fat man here. This is going to be a full platinum guide, however, which means that we will be getting the platinum trophy, of course. So if you want to watch this purely for enjoyment, or just to relive Dark Cloud without having to go buy a copy yourself, or give PlayStation Network 15 bucks, or if you're looking to get some help with some of the trophies in this title, or if there's a boss you can't beat, or whatever you might need help with on your own personal journey to the Platinum, hopefully I, Bahamut Mega, aka James Leffingwell, will be able to help you accomplish those goals, and maybe even with a little luck, entertain you a little bit on the way. So as you can see here, we're getting a nice smorgasbord of what's to expect. I'm also going to be joined periodically throughout this playthrough by my wife, who's just going to be kind of around, and she'll be hanging out at some points and not at others, and she'll provide a little commentary here and there as well.
Hello.
Seeing as how this is a game that she enjoys to some degree as well. So let's have fun, let's get a platinum, and let's kick that big purple dark genie's ass.
You got this, love.
So we're going to go ahead and I'm not going to talk through the intro cutscene here, and I'm not going to skip any of the dialogue, so you guys can just enjoy the intro here. The weird thing with the way they did these PS2 emulated games on the PS4 is you have to actually use the left and right parts of the touchpad as your start and select. So I can't just hit the options button as a starter, hit X in order to move forward. I actually have to tap on the right side of the touchpad, which seems strange to me, but hey, whatever. And start. So please enjoy the intro cutscene here. Oh my. Alright, seeing as how this is a just a simple Let's Play to the plat, we're going to try to stick with everybody's original names here. So we're just going to go ahead and try to find the done over here. Oh, decide. There we go. And now our story begins, children.
Very mysterious, beautiful opening.
To my demonic yoga class. I am not a ripoff of Trunks. I am not a ripoff of Trunks. I am not a ripoff of Trunks. believe nowadays you could say they have the moves like Jagger.
It's a beautiful opening scene, though. Seeing the original graphics from the PS2. Yeah, you can tell this has been upraised.
Yeah.
It's not all glossy like
Stay a while, Mikasa.
Shut up, Deckard Cain. I'm trying to do a professional production over here. Oh crap, they summoned Majin Buu. Look at that blue tongue. The genie was a quest giver for a second.
Aw.
To be fair, it kind of looks like a dumpling. Oh my, look at that tongue.
Oh my.
Ooh.
I think somebody's had one too many blue raspberry sweets.
I agree, buddy. Two moons. All of a sudden they're making me hit the X button again. I was enjoying being lazy.
Oh, so you weren't controlling how fast the text went?
Not during the Dark Genie scene.
Ah.
That text went as fast as it wanted to. The dance to summon the light genie seems way less coordinated.
But boobs.
Yes, boobs. This game is rated T for tits. Oh, now I don't get to hit X again. And now it just auto does its thing. Yep, I stand by it. They summoned Majin Buu. And he shoots lasers out of his feet.
Majin Buu?
Dragon Ball Z. He shoots lasers out of his belly button.
Maybe it's a descendant. We have one viewer.
Hey.
Hello, viewer.
Nice. No addressing viewers during the Platinum Guide. It's unprofessional. No one knows we're doing this live. Hi there.
Can you hear me?
No, I can't. You just seem to exist in text.
Open your eyes. Wake up. Hey.
5 more minutes.
There's no coffee?
You do not look like a Starbucks employee. Whoa, dude, this is heavy. Oh, yeah!
I'm a little fast, love.
Yeah, most people read faster than we do. Mm-hmm. I present to you 10 acres of prime real estate. Oh, okay. These illustrations are possibly one of the greatest things in the damn game.
Yeah.
These are amazing. I love the crappy little sun in the corner. It's amazing.
Yeah, it looks almost Mexican art inspired.
See, but look at this though. The Fairy King's tapping his staff. He taps his staff, the balls come down and destroy it. I think the Fairy King's to blame for all of this.
Ah.
Like it shows right there in the illustration. He taps his staff and then balls of death come down and...
No spoilers. Professional production.
Who said that was a spoiler? Sadly, this game ain't that Japanese. I'd be way more impressed. I'd say this is one of my favorite games of all time, just straight up. I love this game to death. It's the only reason why I decided to buy it day one and do a Let's Platinum.
Poof.
Peace. Oh my.
Voices of the wind. The voices of the earth. Is this a video game or Pocahontas?
Well, I'm just gonna say now, I don't appreciate that this guy has like one of the largest structures in town, and somehow he didn't get blasted with everything else. Seriously. Your house is real funny shapes there, buddy. And man, that's a tacky chair.
Bad choice in the floral.
I think so. I'm alive! I am? I thought I just took a lot of LSD.
Right?
Uh-huh. What are you bitching about? You're still alive and have a house. Don't tell me you feel helpless. Maybe this is like that Twilight Zone episode, Time Enough at Last. Uh-huh.
Duran will not abandon us.
I like Duran Duran.
You have a cave? A beast?
All I know is I like Duran Duran. I could go for this. Cave key. Uh-huh. It's important to keep your key locked up. Or to keep your cave locked up. Oh, yeah. What's in here? Yeah. It's a spiny! Sorry, a prickly.
A prickly?
It's a prickly!
Find pricklies?
I found a prickly. Surprised the satchel doesn't have skeletons in this closet, just a prickly. Yeah, I don't like the way you designed, buddy. Whatever. Let's go try this Divine Beast Cave thing. Alright. I'm telling you, acres of prime real estate. Now that everything's gone, we should build strip malls. Power of teleportation!
This video, I just noticed a detail that I didn't notice before.
Huh.
The compass in the right-hand upper corner.
Yes, it's actually a clock.
What's up with the... Can you explain the four different colors?
It's simple. You have... It's the cycle of the day. It's what time of day it is.
Oh.
That would be, 6 o'clock as the sun's going down. This is nighttime. This is early morning and daylight. This is the afternoon. Yada, yada, yada.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Which really doesn't... I'm trying to remember, this game does keep track of how many days you spend, building the world up and everything else. To say, day one...
Dusk.
Yep. Adventure day one dusk. I don't remember that having any real bearing on the game at all. It's locked. No kidding.
So it's not like in that Zelda game, Ocarina of Time.
Not Ocarina of Time. You're thinking of you're thinking of Majora's Mask. But yes, no,
Okay.
It's nothing like Majora's Mask. I really don't think it has any bearing, if I remember correctly. Shopkeepers are open 24/7, everything, it's all good. Alright, we're going to explain a few things here, because this is supposed to be a guide for those of you who wish to platinum this game, who maybe have never played before. So what we're looking at here is the Divine Beast Cave sub-level menu. Now, as you can see here, we can only go to B1, which would be, the first basement of the Divine Beast Cave. And as you can see here, we have these 8 little balls. Well, our friend the Fairy King, or the King of all Fairies, is going to explain to us here in a minute what's up with those 8 balls. Needless to say, it's very important that we get a lay to those balls, because if not, we can't really proceed. You could proceed to further floors in the dungeon, but you would be screwing yourself and all kinds of things would be bad. There's a lot of elements of RNG, or randomly generated material, in this game, and I will cover what all of that is here in a little while once we kind of get underway and start engaging with the battle system. However, all you need to know for right now is this is where you can select your floors. It is important that you collect all of those little balls in every floor, and next to that is your kill count to see how many enemies you've killed in that floor of the dungeon. What purpose that serves, I don't have a frogging clue. So let's go ahead and explore floor 1 of the Divine Beast Cave. Me and my toothpick, we will kill real good. Uh-huh. There was a time when it was a drill?
Yeah, I guess so.
Oh! Uh-huh. Hey, I've beaten this game 3 times, asshole! Don't call me a beginner! This is a gate key. It's very horny.
And it has eyes only for you.
Don't you mean it has eye only for you? Well, I guess that would make sense now, wouldn't it? Who the hell gets that, I want to know what the meeting was, where they just are like, alright, Bill, you're gonna have to take the gate key in this floor. Oh, really? I don't think I'm ready for that level of responsibility. Bill, we took a vote. It's you, man. It's you. You're gonna have to hold the gate key this time. Alright. Since, having intel is too difficult, rely on mass murder.
Just gotta power kill your way through some things here.
Uh-huh. I still love these illustrations. Mind connect.
To return to ground level, mind connect with me.
Baby. Are you the Fairy King or a Vulcan? Whee! Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Ugh. So apparently there's something down here that breathes purple flames.
And it's gray and spiky.
And it blocks Mind Connect. Got it. It's an escape powder! Because we couldn't call it escape rope because Game Freak would sue us. Which we are going to have to go abuse the chief quite a few times until we get the shop built, because we only get one of each of the necessary items here, so you'll see what I mean here in a few, but we are going to have to return to town way more than I like during the first part or 2 parts of the series, purely because of the fact that, well, we don't have much choice. We're going to need items. Weapons! Those are a good thing. By the way, this is no joke. This is the most important thing in the game. Your characters basically in this game have very little as far as stats are concerned. As far as stats are concerned, it's how much water they can kind of hold in their bodies. I'll explain the importance of that later. Their HP and their defense. The damage that they can do, what type of damage, what enemies they're good against, so on and so forth, is all based on your weapon. If you do manage to break your weapon, basically the only option you have is to hit reset and restart. And under the unlikely but possible scenario in which I do break my weapon during this playthrough, we will go ahead and end that part, and I will reset to the last save, catch up to where I was off of the live streams and off of the archives, and we will continue from where we were. Cross your fingers and give me your best wishes in the comments and hope that I make it through this entire playthrough without breaking any weapons. However, for those of you who know about this game and know about this game well, you know that there's one little pain in my ass character who's going to make this very difficult. Repair powder. Luckily, there is something called auto repair powder later, which will also help us to hopefully avoid any weapon breakage. But I'm going to have to make sure that I keep an eye on that religiously in order to make sure that we don't have to do any resets. By the way, there's a trophy for doing what they describe here. Since this is a trophy guide, I might as well mention that. And if you are watching this and you would like me to do a kind of an introductory upload video as a supplement video for this that will go over each of the trophies within the actual Platinum and kind of explain them one by one for those of you who may need a little help deciphering and understanding the trophy list for this game. If that's something you would like for me to record and add to the channel, I can do that as soon as one person requests it in the comments. I will do so. Yeah. Here's the thing. It'll never disappear, but you'll still lose any levels or anything you put into it. So saying that it'll never disappear doesn't really mean freaking much. Yep. Yeah, don't waste your hard work, indeed. Like I said, if a weapon breaks, you might as well reload to your last save. Dragon. Oh, sorry. The Dragon Ball parodies in this game are real deep if you think about it. In fact, there's even 8 balls on this floor. Come on. It's 7 Dragon Balls, so never mind.
They just added one more, so you would think they didn't just plagiarize.
Right? Right.
It's an entirely new background. We did it all by ourselves.
Well, we're not trying to summon Shenron, we're trying to summon the Fairy King, so, you know, he needs one more ball. He's special like that. Okay, now I've got to remember how to play this.
You got it.
Oh yeah, that's how you play. Woohoo, catch! Alright, so there's a really simple lock-on system here. It's actually really helpful and very needed. As you can see, we have our little map here that tells us what's kind of going on here. Oh yeah, bats. I can hold down for a charge attack, which is very good against these bats, or else these bats will hit you. And it's unpleasant. You don't want to be hit by the bats. Now over here, where this nice... Oh, hold on. One more enemy here.
Purple smoke, dude.
Alright, as you can see, we have... Oh, what the... There's still one more... Oh, taha. Hi, buddy. These are obviously the first floor enemies. They're very simplistic. Now, as you can see here, we have this little question mark, which what that is that is the tram that leads to the dungeon back door. Or as I like to call it, the best part of the game, and the worst part of the game, and the most important part of the game, all rolled into one. The little orange dots that you see here, or yellow dots that you see here on the map by my cursor, mark chests within the world so that you hopefully don't miss any of these wonderful treasure chests that contain important things like this bone key, which we will need later. The big green dot is our entrance, and we are looking for the big yellow dot, which will be our exit. Little green dots on the map will represent those orbs we need to find. And red dots are obviously enemies. So as you can see here in this room, we have one green dot and we have one red dot, aka one skeleton. Die. And one orb. Macho.
You're welcome, sweetie.
I'm open, still fine. Now, what she's talking about up here is we're going to go ahead and just go over the HUD real quick here. Obviously, you have the map. You have above the map what floor we're in. Next to that is an area for a full map, which just like in Legend of Zelda, you can find a map that'll be in one of the chests that'll show you the entire layout of the floor, even the parts of it you haven't been to yet. And the area next to the map there, next to the place where you put the map, is a place for a little crystal thing that will show you where all the enemies' chests and the rest of our green fun orbs of goodness are. Above that, you have quick select items, which aren't going to come into play here for a few more floors. And then, of course, on the other side, you have my thirst, my HP, and my weapon HP, or WHP, which, as I said, the WHP is even more important than your regular HP. It is a durability system, and it goes down every single time I swing my sword at something and connect, which... This system, being as wonderful as it is, if your enemy is kind of soft and mushy, it doesn't do much damage to your weapon. If your enemy is hard and made of rock or stone, it will fuck up your weapon faster than you can say repair powder.
There's no way to opt out of enemies that are going to possibly destroy your weapon.
He's very proud of his gate key. That was the gate key. Apparently they decided to give it to a skeleton today. Nice try. Now the jerk thing about these chests is you have to make sure you're standing on the right side of them. If you're facing the back of them, ooh, cheese! Yay! We like cheese.
Cheese.
Just like in Skyrim, cheese is good. But those chests, you have to make sure you're standing on the front side of them. If you're not, you actually can't open them. It's a giant pain in the ass. Now, I know you're wondering about the items. If you've never played this, you're wondering about the items that I'm getting from those orbs. They will be explained later to you by the almighty Fairy King. Ooh, holy sphere, very nice. Alrighty, okay, we've got some stuff we've got to take care of here, so let's go ahead and get into it here. Gonna hit triangle, and this is our menu. We're going to go over this stuff real quick. You have your items, in which you can put your quick select items up here. You have my current attack level, you have my current defense level, all of my information for my weapon HP, my actual HP, my thirst, so on and so forth. Over here you have my actual items, in which we have the first section, which is for all of our consumable and usable items, the second section, which houses our weapons, and the third section, which houses the gems and stones that we use to augment our weapons. As I said before, your weapon is actually the only thing that, you know, is really important as far as stats are concerned, because it's what deals all of the damage. All of your damage is connected directly to your weapon. So, if we go to my weapon, we can see here I've got my crappy little dagger that's equipped with an attack of 4, an endurance of 30, a speed of 70, and magic power of 2. ABS is your weapon's experience points. That's right, you don't gain experience points, your weapon does. So once those experience points get to full, I can level up my weapon. Now, you can go in here and you can customize it, and you can take something like this Holy Gem, which if we tab over here, you can see we have our five elements here: our fire, our ice, our thunder, our wind, and our holy. If we take this little orb here and we place it in one of these slots here, you'll see that my dagger now has the power of 3 holy damage. Now, that will be available and effective from now on. However, as you can see, I only have one more spot. So, when we level up the weapon, it'll actually take the gems that are in these slots and permanently infuse them into my weapon upon cashing them in with the level up. That'll then make these slots free again to continue to put items into the slots, thus powering up the weapon further and further and further. This is basically all the stuff that is involved in building your character and your character's customization route. All of it is based on your weapon, not necessarily your character like most people are used to in your standard RPG. Once again, for those of you who are veterans of the game, sorry to explain all this, but as I said before, this is in part meant to be a platinum guide. So for those who have never played, who are looking to get the platinum, or for those who may be looking to pick up the game, I do need to cover all of this. And like I said, for all of you who are used to this, I really apologize, but it's what has to be done. Oh, I hear the beeping of weapon about to be breaking. So we go here, we find our repair powder, and we give it to our weapon. That's right, feeding items to weapons. Did I mention this is a game made by Level 5, a Japanese developer? Now I've got that damn song from Dora the Explorer playing in my head as I stare at this.
Map.
Yep. It's the map. Now, as you can see here, all of the areas of the map that I actually haven't been to are now actually filled out and visible on our, well, I'd call it a mini-map, but it's pretty big for a mini-map. We got a fence! I hear a baddie, I hear a baddie, I hear a baddie. You are a bat. Dead bat. Now, in order to do that charge attack, every character in this game has one, and in order to do the charge attack, you have to hold down X instead of just tapping it to charge up your weapon. However, doing this in a lot of cases, in fact, I believe in most cases, with maybe 1 or 2 exceptions, leads to you damaging your weapon even more when you go in for the hit. So that is an important thing to note, is that if you are worried about your weapon... Oh, and look at that, little pop-up saying I'm getting thirsty. So we take the water, and we drink it. Alrighty, our 3 little water droplets are refilled. So as I was saying, if you're concerned about making sure that you have enough repair powder to get through your dungeon floor, then you need to make sure to not try and use your powered up attacks when dealing with these guys. Oh, shoot. Sorry, I was a little distracted by the fact that my weapon ABS was full. Let's go ahead and take care of that real quick while these guys are running around like assholes. Oh. Oh, come on. Really? Can I not? Huh. There's a chest over here. Maybe if we're lucky, we will find a... if we're lucky, we'll find another gemstone in the chest before we level up our weapon. Because obviously, if we cash in our level up, we'll still get all of the benefits of leveling up our weapon, but we won't have 2 gems put in it, which means we kind of wasted an opportunity a little. Sometimes you have to, though. Oh, look at that! A thunder gem, just in time. Why, thank you, video game. Okay, so let's go to weapon. Let's go to customize. Let's put in a thunder gem. As you can see, once again, this gave us 3 thunder damage. So now we have choices. Only one of your elements can actually be active at a time. Right now, as you can see, wind is active. I can go up here and I can make thunder the active, or holy the active, or wind the active. Seeing as how we have 1 more point in wind, we might as well keep wind as the active element for now. If we get another holy gem or another thunder gem, we'll obviously switch to the other element. And we go to upgrade. Yes. Now, as you'll see, when I go ahead and do this upgrade, all of my base stats will actually increase by 1. The attack went up by 1, the endurance went up by 1, the speed went up by 1, and the magic went up by 1, even though I didn't put any gems or stones in that actually give you additional attack, endurance, speed, and magic. This just happens just for cashing in your level up, which is why sometimes you just have to cash in your level up even though you don't have full gemstones. Whether or not you're okay with doing that's all going to depend on your own customized playthrough. But as you can see, our 2 areas are now empty again, and as you can see, we still have the 3 thunder damage and the 3 holy damage. So let's go ahead and move on and let's clear out this dungeon floor. Just have 1 more room here. And I should have enough weapon HP to make it through. I'm not too worried about my thirst. My only concern here is making sure I have enough weapon HP, because obviously if that runs out, things will be very, very bad. It looks like you are the last enemy. You had $4! Aw, I stole the skeleton's lunch money. I feel kind of bad now. Holy water. Good for curing curses. We'll get to status effects later. Oh, thank you. This would be the crystal/orb thingy I was telling you about before that shows you where all the items in the dungeon are. Obviously, getting it out of the very last chest of the dungeon is pretty damn useless. But hey, what are you gonna do? Ah, come on. Sometimes you just don't want to touch the big balls. Okay, now these little guys here, these are your friend and they are very, very, very abusable. These are little springs of water. They exist in basically every single dungeon, in every, I think every floor, in different kind of forms. It's always a spring of water. And if you look at my HP and my current thirst, if I step into this spring, my free water droplets refill and my HP goes back to full. As you can imagine, later on in the game, this becomes very abusable. Which, I'm just gonna say, sometimes this game throws you in real screwed situations where you don't have a choice but to kind of play a little cheaply. We're going to try to avoid that as much as possible, obviously, for an entertaining playthrough, but sometimes you just don't have a choice. Alrighty. And that is a floor cleared. Now, normally we would move on to the next floor, but in this case, because we obviously don't have very many items and we need to restock on repair powders and all that kind of fun stuff, we are actually going to leave the dungeon temporarily and go back to the village. All in a day's work. Oh! Oh, the sun! It's bright! It's so bright! Ah! God, is that you? Let's not ask any of this part to make any kind of sense. But once again, here's our fun little illustrations that I love ever so much. Do you like this text bubble just covers his head? Beautiful text placement, guys. Wonderful. Wonderful job. Who's that dashing young man up there, seeming to release all these houses and trees? I have no clue. And I guess we'll never know. Oh, you mean this game is one giant fetch quest? Yeah, this game kind of one giant fetch quest.
Excuse me.
Bless you. Uh-huh. Atlamilia. Which if you think that word's funny when you read it, wait till Dark Cloud 2 when you get to hear them say it out loud a lot. Menus. Stare at glorious menus. Seeing is believing. Try it yourself. Pretty sure a drug dealer told me that once. The book. Open the book. The power it holds will bring either salvation or destruction at the whim of the user. Oh, never mind, it's a manual. Speaking of which, Sony, if you'd like to bring .hack, Infection, Mutation, Quarantine, and Outbreak to the PS4 with full trophy support so I can platinum those for everyone, I'd greatly appreciate it. Do me a favor, sweetheart. Read that sentence out loud and just enjoy it.
Manual can be selected from the main menu. Read it really carefully.
Not the manual, just manual. Good stuff.
Oh,
Bye-bye.
You want to know something funny? One of my friends from community college who just got her master's in English is going to start doing a run of Skyrim.
Oh, that'll be good and entertaining. I'm walking. Why? Because I can. Because I feel like it. I need a good run.
Blow off some stress, man.
I have returned from the Divine Beast Cave. I entered a boy, but now I am a man. Yay. Again, I believe very much in the power of Duran Duran too. Alrighty, I think this thing's done. Easy 10. Okay. Now that should have refilled all of our items here. We're gonna go ahead and just use these real quick. because we want to make sure we enter the Divine Beast Cave with full everything, because all we have to do is talk to him again, and just like that, we have magical reappearing items. It's like it was never even used. Now this manual, we're gonna pick up this bad boy here, if I can remember how to move something. Whoa, I forgot this Nossaur button. Okay, we're gonna pick this up, and we're gonna drop it down here, because we're never gonna use that damn thing. Come on, we're never gonna use that damn thing. You know it, and I know it. Pretty much same for this fishing bait for a long time. Now there is a lot of fishing trophies, oddly enough, related to this platinum, which I guess is kind of a good thing. I never really engaged much in the fishing system in this. You can get a lot of points doing fishing that get you really powerful gems to help increase the power of your weapons and so on and so forth. So we are going to have to do some fishing in this Let's Play. I do not know how much grinding that's going to take or how difficult those fishing trophies are going to be. As I said, I've never really engaged in the fishing in this game much, but I'm not too concerned about it. If it does get to be too much of a grind and we end up having to dedicate more time to fishing than I would like, and I believe that's starting to drag down the Platinum Guide, I will do some of it off screen if I have to. Or off archive. Off whatever. Offline. Off the internet. Off the YouTubes. Alright, one moment while I take a drink of my wonderful, beautiful Rockstar Energy drink. Not a sponsor. I believe it's delicious and they don't have to pay me to say that. Okay, now, I know what you're thinking. We've got all that wonderful material that we could use to start rebuilding the city. However, I can tell you this right now, we're not going to be able to do much off of the 8 pieces we got. I'm going to take this quick moment here to discuss what I was talking about earlier with the randomly generated stuff, or the RNG in this game. So we're going to go ahead and hit pause for 1 minute while I explain what this is, how this works. The dungeon floors themselves are completely randomly generated. The items that you get in the dungeon floors, for the most part, are completely randomly generated with some rules about you not being able to get certain items in certain dungeons, or by the time you've reached a certain floor, obviously. But other than that, what you actually get out of different chests is completely randomly generated. As I talked about, there were those back door areas where that question mark was. You need a special item, in this case tram oil for the Divine Beast Cave, in order to go into those back areas. Those back areas are beautiful and wonderful and awesome. However, in my playthrough, I might get 1 tram oil, or I may even get no tram oils. In your playthrough, you might get 2 or 3 tram oils during your run of the Divine Beast Cave. This is what I mean by randomly generated. There are no real guarantees with the exception of the enemy sets. Which is to say, when you go into a dungeon, it says this floor of this dungeon can only be populated with this enemy, this enemy, this enemy, or this enemy, and then it, once again rolls the mechanical dice and throws in a smattering of the enemies that are allowed to live in that floor, and a smattering of the items that are allowed to live in that floor. Also, the layout of the floor changes every time. And the items that you get inside of those big orbs, the Atlamelia, as they like to call it, are also random. With some exceptions, that being that there are certain buildings that have to be built in order to advance the story in some cases. For example, you may need to put together someone's house in order for them to give you an item that you may need to get farther in the dungeon. You will never be screwed out of those particular cases. However, it's going to be different for everyone. For example, the most important building we're going to be building here is a store, a shop, a wonderful place that makes it to where I can have lots of repair powders, lots of waters, and lots of bread, and I don't have to go bother the chief every time I need a hookup. Now, for some players, you may get to build the shop by floor 3 of the dungeon. For other players, you may have to wait till floor 8. It's completely random. Which, to a degree, is part of the fun. There's a lot of really good, really insane, really wonderful items in this game, And what you're gonna get is very, very random. It's kind of almost like Diablo to some degree, in that you never know what kind of, let's call them legendaries, you might end up with. You know, you just have no idea, and it makes every playthrough kind of a little different, a little interesting, especially when you consider that you get your weapons via chests, and as you can tell, once again, the weapons are kind of the most important part of the game. So whatever weapons you get in your chests are going to dramatically change your playthroughs. So, now that you know all of that, we're going to go ahead and move on to the Divine Beast Cave Level 2. Teleport! Woohoo. Divine Beast Cave Level 2. Oh. Kitty cat. Kitty kitty! Kitty! Right off the bat, huh? Is it a welcoming party for 4-2 or something? Now, obviously, as you can tell, those guys are kind of funny looking, and they are weak against Holy. Ooh, big chest. Big chest. Big chest is our friend. Oh, man. And that's why it's important to make sure that you actually get those hits. On these bats. Like that. As you can see, I've been poisoned. How do you cure poisoned, you might ask? Well, an antidote. Which we seem to have too. Oh, nice. Just like that, he's perked back up. It's wonderful. Alright, I'm gonna get that big chest last. Big chests are very, 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 very wonderful and important. Those are what you get your new weapons out of, which once again, those are randomly generated. Not only the existence of the big chests, but what might be in the big chests. So when you see one of those, it's a really, really big deal. First, we're gonna go to this little chest front. Little chest, little chest, little chest, little chest, little chest. Okay, now as you see, we have the egg and we don't have the map. So now I've got a bunch of dots all over my screen telling me where my enemies and everything else is. But first, we're gonna go ahead and deal with this thing. Oh, yay. Alrighty. This time, we might get a weapon, we might get a gem, we might get an utter piece of crap. Welcome to the creepiest, scariest, and sometimes screw you over the most clowny clown of clownage. I'm gonna leave it to you. Which box would you like?
Go with the yellow one.
You want the little box?
Yes.
Small box it is. And the small box that was, holy shit, it's a sapphire. Oh my.
That's kind of cool. I burst on the sapphire.
Okay, that's insanely insane and amazing. Let me show you all why. Let's go to my weapon here. Let's customize it, and let's see what happens if you drop in this little sapphire here. Let's see here. Brings up the magic by 10 points. Brings up my wind by another 10 points. And also increases my, I believe, no, it's not water, that's gonna be sky, I think? I think that's sky. I think that's flyer damage. Damage to flyers by 10 points.
It looks like flyer.
Yep, and increases my flying damage by 10 points. That one little gem does all of that. Now, we're actually not going to put it in here, because this is a weapon that we're not going to be using for very long, and when you break down a weapon to put it inside of another weapon, much more advanced thing we'll be dealing with later, you only get a percentage of that weapon's stats. So it's very, very, very important to not blow those very insanely valuable gems, of which we're only going to see a handful of those throughout the playthrough, most likely. We don't want to blow those on crappy weapons, or weapons that we're not going to have for a good long time. Ow! You're an asshole. And I need bread. Bread. And now, of course, that question mark once again is the door to the back door of the dungeon. That's an area I don't have a key for, so it looks like we must go this way, whether we like it or not. And once again, all the geometry here for this dungeon, for this floor, is completely randomly generated. It was all decided the moment that I came in here. Your floor 2 may look different. In fact, it's almost guaranteed to do so. However, your skeletons will be just as stupid, I promise. Woo. Just. It's the map. Oh my. Woo, water. As you can see there, for that moment I was actually damaging both enemies at once, which is a cool little thing. I do like that. Every once in a while you can get lucky and you'll actually get both enemies kind of in your crosshair at the same time. It's kind of wonderful when it happens, but it is a little uncommon. Alright, I don't want to live on the wild side today. So let's go ahead and use a weapon repair powder. Aha. Weapon repair powder. Goody goody. Okie dokie. I hear my nemesis, the cave bat. Apparently a Pokemon just leveled up. And our weapon is almost leveled again. Whew! That was close. And there's our gate key. This will probably be the key to that other area. Yep, it's our bone key. I thought so. Figured that'd be it. I figured it either had to be in there or it'd have to be in here. So what's in here? Please be another gem. Ho! Ask and thou shalt receive. Win the gem. Beautiful. Right when I needed it. Because like I said, we really don't want to blow that sapphire just quite yet. We're going to hold on to that for a little while. That sapphire is a beautiful, wonderful gift from the RNG gods, and we are not going to blow it. This wooden gem, however, on the other hand, that we can use. For shits and giggles, let's stop and take a dip. At a certain degree, this game becomes very, 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 very deeply rooted in concepts of item management, and that starts to play a much, much bigger role in the game, as you'll begin to see throughout our playthrough. By the time we get to about the end of Dungeon 2, that stuff starts to matter a lot more. Bone key. Ah! I don't have your money. 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 There goes this one. Oh my. I do believe they tried to gang up on me. I don't have an ABS. Are we not full yet? 48 and 40 is full. Okay. Alright. Oh, is there another chest in here real quick? No, there is not. Damn. Okay. Oh, crap. I missed an orb. Whoops, that was dumb. Okay, whatever. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and do the weapon upgrade here, even though we only have one gem in there, that's fine. Again, it's not going to matter too much because once we get a new weapon, we're actually going to get this first dagger to level 5, break it down, use its stats towards another weapon. And now I'm pumped with energy. Being pumped with energy basically allows you to move faster and makes your hits hit harder. As you can see, though, we have no more enemies left in this dungeon, so it's kind of pointless. The only real benefit we're going to get out of it is the obvious fact that it's going to help us get back here a little quicker so that I can get the Atlamilia that I left behind. My house. My house. I like how it's just called My House. I guess it's in case you changed your character's main name. They didn't want to have to put in a script there that automatically changed the name to whatever name you named your character, I guess. It was the early 2000s. And this floor looks very nice and picked clean. Wonderful. Let's go ahead and leave the dungeon temporarily once again. I'm debating whether or not I want to start building yet. I don't know, where are we sitting on time here? Alright, it's been about an hour. I might do a little building here towards the end of part 1. Just get a little of the building out of the way here. And then we'll go ahead and cut this for archive purposes and come right back and start part 2. What's up? You got some stuff for me? Thank you. Life is hard, man. Oh, crap, I forgot. You can't hit that button. You gotta make sure you don't hit that. It sorts everything. It's a bad button. Don't hit it. It'd be the triangle button. It's not your friend. Woohoo. Okay. Hope that'll get there. I need that definitely. Okay. And thank you. We'll fill it back up. There we go. Mr. Roar didn't want to work with me today. So let's go ahead and do one more floor. And then we'll do a little bit of building and show off some of the building stuff. And then we will cut for archive, and we will start part 2. This seems like a good plan to me. Back to the Divine Beast Cave we go. And in this one, as you can see, there's only 7 balls. B3. Let's do this. Wow, that was an interesting piece of screen tear. I don't know what the hell that was. That was weird. Huh. I don't know if anybody else saw that line to the right and above the Fairy King's head there for a second. If not, you might want to bring back the video, scrub back about 30 seconds, check that out. It's really, really interesting that that's there. Really? Yeah, I kind of figured that out there. Yep, there's a guard. We just haven't had a reason to use it yet. Yep. Your powers combined, you're Captain Darkblood. Everything I already explained to you guys earlier. Easy, huh? I love how they wait this long to explain that to you. By this time, your weapon should have, you know, upgraded basically twice, as we've seen. They just now choose to explain that to you. It's wonderful. Where are you? Oh, joy. See, like those guys. Those guys are not kind to your weapon hit points, your WHP, if you will. They're big rock bastards, and they do a lot of damage to your weapon. They'll actually hit you for pretty good points, too, if you let them touch it. We don't do that. Well, that's worthless for now. I'll explain what that does later. Weird that they would let you have that on this floor, actually. That doesn't make much sense. I'm really confused. Ooh, the sign, that's an item for the shop. Oh, that makes me happy. Oh, that makes me very, very happy. Oh. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. The skeletons with their fancy footwork. They can dance if they want to. Ooh, this asshole. Okay. Oh, man. As you can see, the way you have to deal with him, sadly, is he takes a lot of damage. He also does a lot of damage to your weapon, as you can see. And, oh, by the way, you can also repair your weapon by going to the actual equipment area and just hitting repair, and you'll automatically spend your repair powders. It's a wonderful thing. As I was saying, though, he takes a lot of damage. He does a lot of damage to your weapon, regrettably, and as you can see, because he takes so much damage, he winds up for those long swings, and he'll really wreck your day if you let him get too many hits on you. You know, say you get 2 or 3 of those guys together, and it's a real bad scene. Oh, even better. Oh, thank you. Oh. Oh, freaking wonderful. Go ahead. Oh, shoot. Okay. Item. How you feel about bread there, buddy? Don't get greedy. Just take him 2 hits at a time. It's the only way to deal with him. There's my gate key. I think he licked me. Is he a couch? Is he a dog? Is he a rock? I don't know. Oh, we're obviously going to run into a real problem here with weapon HP, sadly. Oh, we're going to have to do this dungeon kind of in parts, it looks like, possibly. Oh, yeah, we're going to have a real problem with weapon HP here. Alright, shoot. Well, we got the key. We're not going to be able to kill a whole lot more of these enemies here, else we're going to run into real issues. We'll go ahead and take him. This is ain't going to mess up our weapon too much. But our other friend, we're going to have to ditch him. We've already got the key to the next floor, so it doesn't really matter if we ditch him. The only thing we're losing out on is weapon experience, and obviously the chances of him dropping an item or some cash. Given there's a lot left of this dungeon, it looks like we don't have much of a choice. The sad thing is if we leave this dungeon, which we could do, it'll actually reset the entire dungeon. We'll keep any items that we gathered, and we'll keep, ooh, big chest, and we'll keep any of the Atlamelia that we've gathered, but we would have to go back and then hunt for the other Atlamelia and probably run into the same damn problem. But I see a very big chest here. Ooh, it's locked. Alrighty, this sometimes happens. Now, what basically happens when these things are locked is that if you have a key, which are very, very beautiful, valuable things, they're special keys just for these big chests, and they'll let you unlock the chest and all be fine. But you have to force open the chest if you do not have a treasure key, which involves selecting, do you believe it's a poison trap, an explosion trap, or a cursed trap? It will be one of these three. Now, if you get it wrong, the chest will do its trap thing and things will be very, very bad. If you get it right, however, you'll get to access the contents of the chest without having to have a key, and importantly for this guide, you will get a trophy pop, which will actually be our first trophy pop of the guide. So, let's see what happens. I'm going to say explosion. Oh, yay. I'm now cursed. It's locked. What is it? We now know it's a curse. Yay, successfully repelled the trap and trophy pop. And that would be our first trophy pop, and there is our first new weapon. Oh, it's wonderful. I will be completely 100% honest off the top of my head, I do not remember what curse does. Oh, I forgot we're not dealing with them. Nice having to skip enemies. Oh, man. Okay, so there's our first trophy pop for the platinum. Hey, that's freaking helpful. Alright, bats. We can deal with bats. We have the weapon AP to deal with that. Not much more than the weapon AP to deal with that, but hey. We're doing fine. Alright, now we have everything we technically need from this floor. We don't really need anything else. As you can see, there's no more of our fun little items here. But there is one chest over in that room with 3 enemies. I feel ballsy today. Let's go raid that chest. Obviously, we don't have the weapon AP to actually deal with any of these enemies, so we're just going to have to ditch by them, go around the Rock of Fun here, and get to our chest! Ha! And we got cheese. I'll take it. And let's book it! Outski! Run! Okay. Now we just gotta make it out of the dungeon alive. We have everything of importance here. I know we didn't clean it, and yes, it bothers my OCD too, but we had literally no other option. Luckily, this obviously doesn't become a real issue anymore once you get past the beginning stages of the game, but there are kind of some, you can call them growing pains, you can even call them bad design decisions. I wouldn't argue with you too much. But it is kind of the way that things are for these first couple of levels. As I said, you can get the shop as early as, like, literally right now, pretty much, or you can get it as late as 4-8, I believe, is the latest you might get the shop. So obviously, once you have the shop, you can have lots of repair powders on you, lots of bread on you, lots of water on you, lots of all these wonderful things that make it to where you don't have to run like a little bitch. Oh, energy drink break. Day 2 morning. Okay. Warp. What's up? Thank you. I know I'm a handsome bastard. Hey, about those items, I kind of lost them. Thank you. Okay, so we're going to go and finish out part 1 with a little bit of building. Now, let's see here. Once again, all this beautiful real estate that I mentioned before, we're going to put some of that to use. Welcome to our new menu. Most importantly, here's the save function. we're going to use it a lot more come later on in the game because saving is important. Alrighty. Config/assembly. Alrighty, we have my house. We have Macho's house. We do not even have the cart for the store, sadly. So we're going to be able to put down 2 houses, but let's go ahead and fill in some of the stuff here. Now, what do we need here? Round wooden thing. Something's in it. Barrel. Aha. Look at me, I'm a genius. Slot for a character. Now, the best thing to do with characters is just kind of do this. Nope, not him. Sort. Yep, that's him. It's just easier than reading the damn hints to be... Oh, we already did him. I don't think it's going to be him either. I don't remember too much, but I'm pretty sure. I believe you are one of them all. Yep, you are. Alright, it looks like I'm missing one of the characters here. Yep. With a little bell. Yep, we need the kitty cat. So, those other 2 items, we have no idea what they are until we talk to these people. We'll talk to these people and they'll tell us what they want in the house. Now we can place our house here, rotate it, and we'll place it right here. Okay, and then we can go down and we can check out our handiwork here by hitting the select button. Alright, now an important thing here, you're going to see me run around buildings and look around buildings a whole hell of a lot. And the reason why is another one of these important concepts of the randomly generated things. Whenever you add an item to a property, or whenever you place a property, there is a dice roll or a coin flip shot of that putting a chest, a little tiny treasure chest, somewhere on the property. These chests can contain everything from simple items like bread and water, to gems that go inside your weapon, to, most importantly, items known as Fruit of Eden and Fluffy Donut in this case. Fluffy Donut is an item that will give my character a permanent increase to his armor rating. As you can imagine, that's incredibly important. It's a one-time consumable. You pop it, you get a permanent increase. I believe it's by like 7 points or something ridiculous like that, and your character becomes much more difficult to kill. So obviously you don't want to miss any of these chests. They can be anywhere around the property or inside the property. So forgive me if I'm a little neurotic when it comes to finding these things. It's very important that you get a good number of them, and it's very important that you find all of them, and that you hopefully, once again, the RMG gods smile upon you, and you get enough Fruit of Eden's, Fluffy Donuts, Switch Parfaits, whatever, in order to make it to where the playthrough is a little easier on you. So we're going to be a little neurotic, and we're going to keep running around these houses kind of every time we add something. I've gotten pretty good at doing it rather quickly after playing this game several times through, so don't worry, we hopefully won't spend too much time on it. So here we go, and as you can see, their little tiny chests look just like this. It's a cute little chest, it's got a weird little eye on it, so I don't know why, but as you can see, this one contained bread. Not great, it's bread, who cares? But we're just going to go ahead and do a quick run around this house. Do we see any more chests? Do we see any more chests? Do we see any more chests? The answer looks like no. Okay, what's going on in here? Let's go and kind of look around for chests. That's a llama. Here a llama, there a llama, everywhere a llama llama. Okay. Alright. Excuse me, I am so sorry. That was unprofessional as hell. Okay, now we need to go around to this side and go up here. Who puts the front door of their house up here? I have no idea. Hey, hello, how are you? Hee 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 hee. Okay, now how should I rebuild your house? What will happen when it's done? And tell me how to rebuild your house. How should I rebuild your house? Let's see. I'd love for there to be a yada window. Okay. Then tell me how to rebuild your house. It's your house. Storage room. Yep. Don't you remember what your own house looks like? Yeah, I know. Kind of weird. We won't ask questions. I don't know. I don't know why I need help building my own house, but whichever. Items. Looking for items. We're looking for items. We haven't built the storage room yet, so we can't go in there. And there are definitely no items in here, so we can go back now. And we can finish off this house for the most part. Oh, we do still need the last item that I know we do not have, but we can at least put 2 more items in here. That we want there. And that goes... No? Is it this one? No? Not the lantern, not the windmill. Huh, do I not have... Huh. Huh, I thought it was this thing. Apparently not. Huh. Definitely not a lamp, definitely not a fence. Okay, well, I guess that's all we can do there. I'm not going to go look for items there again because we only added 1 item to that place, so we're not going to worry about it too much. We do, however, have our Macho Brothers here for this one, and we'll place the Macho House here. Look, chest to chest. Bread again. Chest to chest. Tasty water. And apparently we received a friend's request. Nothing like a friend's request in the middle of a Let's Play. Alrighty. Okay, goody goody goody. Goody goody. Alright. We have our items. Let's go ahead and go in here and see if one of the Macho Brothers is hanging out. Because we need to know what these guys want. You got a funky bed there, bro. Okay. How should I rebuild your house? Money is what a man should live for. It's a basic fact of life, right? Yeah, bro. Don't forget to expand my room and the barbell. Put that outside. You're kind of a pushy guy, ain't you? Guess it comes to figure. Alright, we gotta figure out what the other brother wants. Oh, hey, what's up? Okay. Thank you. Tell us what's happening. Yada 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 yada. And the house disappointed and thing. I should rebuild your house. I'd like to be a house someplace where I don't have to go far for a good workout. Yeah. A fence and a lamp would be nice. Okay. And I think we actually get to. I think we're gonna get to finish the Macho House right now. I'm not positive. As you remember, I was wrong last time. Looks like we need a fence, a lamp, and a barbell, which I do believe we have all of those wonderful things. Okay. Fence. Barbell. That thing. That thing. And now there's an event here. Yay. How wonderful. As you can see, the house changed a little bit. Let's walk up and see what's going on. It's now Adventure Day 2 afternoon. Alright, first things first, look for treasure, 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 look for treasure. Find a chest, 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 find a chest. I see no chests, let's move on. Once again, I apologize for my neuroses. That's a big-ass barbell. Are you actually lifting the weights there, or are you just using it as a bench? That's all I want to know. There's a big damn barbell. Yeah! Stone Buster. Or Breaker, sorry. Stonebreaker. That's awesome. Hey, that's mine! You greedy bastard, I rebuilt your house. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yeah, good, oh my. Very early use of the word bro. Oh, really? Domestic abuse. Wait, question. Is it still considered domestic abuse of its siblings, or does it have to specifically be a married couple for it to be domestic abuse?
I believe domestic abuse has to be between partners.
Because I mean, obviously, you know, if a father or mother beats up a son or whatever, or a daughter, it's obviously child abuse. But like, well, sibling abuse? I mean, I don't know.
And bullying.
Oh no, they literally just went inside and beat the living shit out of each other. Bullying's not an appropriate word here.
Yeah.
And no more chests. Looks like I only got 2 from them. That's fine.
Yeah, I remember these little guys.
Uh-huh.
They're honestly my least favorite characters that I found.
Yeah, they're kind of assholes, but that's okay. We'll live with them.
You built their house, you got stuff from them, so...
Yay! And as you can see now, we have a couple of points here in Stonebreaker. Wonderful. Wonderful, beautiful, awesome.
Would you quit calling me a stonebreaker? I do not break your stones.
You're a stonebreaker, housemaker. Oh, sorry.
This is why.
Tree taker, don't you mess around with me. Oh. Trees! Trees!
Trees.
Trees! Have a tree! Have a tree! Trees! Trees for everyone! Roads! Oh, we ran out of road. Rivers!
I love this part of the game.
Right, now, I don't believe, I could be wrong, but I don't think placing this kind of stuff can actually award you treasure chests. I could be wrong, I do not remember. It still has actually been a couple of years since I've touched this, but I don't think you can actually get treasure chests from any of these kind of lesser elements. It doesn't seem so. I know that there's a lake, as I said, there's some fishing trophies, and when we place the lake, I think you have a chance, I believe it's almost 100% chance actually to get an item from doing the lake. But that's going to go ahead and do it for part 1. Gonna take a very short break here and then come right back and start recording part 2 of our Let's Play to the Platinum Dark Cloud. If you enjoyed this or any part of the Let's Play, if you found it entertaining and informative, helpful, so on and so forth, as this is a very new channel, I would appreciate, of course, like, comment, subscribe, any of those good, wonderful things. We'll do our best to continue to provide great content for you and yours. And see you back here in a little while for part 2. I hope those of you who have watched part 1 will continue to join us in the subsequent parts, and we'll see what this little game has to offer us. Alright, thank you very much, and we're going to go ahead and call that a good. We'll save here. It's important. Saving. Alright. Yep, 1 hour, 24 minutes, so that's going to go ahead and definitely do it for part 1 here. I'm going to try to keep all these parts under 2 hours apiece. I'm going to try to aim for about 2 hours. Basically, once I hit the hour and a half mark, try to finish whatever it is I'm working on to keep it between an hour and a half and 2 hours, just to make archives easier, and of course to try to make it easier for those of you who are watching this content so that you hopefully don't have to stop in the middle of videos to do things that life demands you to do. Alright, thank you very much, and we'll be right back here in a little while with part 2. Thank you.